Hello YouTube. I thought I'd talk today about something for me is that's, I'm not going to call out any names. I'm not going to say anything bad about anybody. But for me personally, the scariest thing about being transgender for me is putting on makeup and looking like a guy in drag, a bad guy in drag. It's I've I've seen a lot of videos where there's trans women talking about transgender issues, and it's scary when you see like people like me, where I'm 42 and I want to be transgender. Um, they put on makeup and they look like they're just men in drag. And when I say that, what I mean is um, there's drag queens that look really hot, and they look like really cool. And then there's the ones that dress up like Madonna and Whitney Houston, and they look really cool. But these drag queens are they seem like they look like men dressed up trying to imitate their grandmothers on Halloween. You know, it's that's the scariest thing for me, is thinking that I could end up looking like that. I think for me that would be worse than looking like a man, is looking like a man in drag. You know, and I understand that lots of people don't have the money to get facial reconstructive surgery or to learn how to put on their makeup nice, or to wear clothes, that are more, I guess, lots of them tend to wear clothes that are age appropriate. So they tend to wear clothes, if they're in their 50s, that would be something a 50-year-old woman would wear. But I think maybe that's good, but I think that, like, that's even worse. That's just not, anything I want to do. I, you know, I I'm a cyberpunk, and I have been since the 80s, and I really like that style. And so when you wear like big boots and cool makeup, and you have dreads, which I hope to be getting within the next week or two. Um, you tend to look pretty cool, and I know that like lots of transgender people don't want to look that way, but for me, it's scary to think that someday when I stop wanting to be cyberpunk style, that I might look like a dude in drag, and that's really scary for me. Um, I think that would be more depressing than going through my life being a man and feeling like a woman, going through my life feeling like a woman and looking like a guy in drag. you know, that's just really scary to think of. You know, and I want to learn. I want to take some lessons on makeup, because I know nothing about makeup. So I want to maybe do some classes or schooling or something like that on doing makeup, so I can make it look better. And I think once I take HRT, I think my face will hopefully change a lot, and hopefully I'll lose some of my male figures. My biggest problem is my nose. I had a really nice nose when I was younger, but I started martial arts, and I got into quite a few fights when I was a kid, and I've actually had my nose broke 3 times. So I have, my nose is like, it comes down and then it goes over and down again. So it's like right here is all messed up. I don't know if you can see. You see how messed up it is right here. And then when I was 19 as well, I was working on my Vega, and I was putting in the transmission and a new clutch, and I was working. It was freezing cold outside. It was in December, and I was holding the transmission, shaking it like that, and it actually slipped out and fell. The front of the transmission, which it weighs about 70-80 pounds, smacked me right here, and I had a big cut right on my nose. So if I ever get surgery, it would probably be on my eyes and my nose. I would try to get my nose done. So yeah, and maybe, I don't know if my chin, I don't know what's going to happen because I have a pretty puffy face. So once I get further along and maybe make some money to where I can actually do some work on my face to reshape it, maybe maybe I won't have to do much. You never know. Just depends. You never know until you've taken HRT for a couple of years. You don't really know what your face is going to look like. You know, a lot of people jump the gun and they take HRT for, you know, a year and a half, and then they start getting surgery, and they don't know what their body's really going to look like until you've taken it for 2 or 3 years. So, yeah. But that's my worry, is looking like a dude in drag. You know, I think that's the scariest thing. I don't know about. I haven't heard a lot of transgender people talk about that, but for me, that's everybody wants to be passable, but I think being passable and just wearing makeup to try to be passable is two separate issues. I mean, if you look like a guy and you feel like a woman and you want to put on makeup, that's fine. Then that's what you're doing. But when you're putting on makeup to try to be passable and you look like a guy in drag, you're not passable and it doesn't look good. And it actually draws more attention to you, you know. It actually makes everybody look at you, and you become more noticeable than you would normally be if you were just trying to be androgynous, to where you were trying to look like somebody that everybody kind of went like, is that a guy or a girl? I can't quite tell. You know, if you were being like that, it would be much easier to be passable, because you're kind of passable either way. You know, you're kind of like, people look at you and go, is that a girl or a guy or what? I don't know. You know, so I would rather go that way than if I looked like a man, you know, and couldn't really get my woman thing together. I would rather look like that than look like a guy in Halloween makeup trying to look like his grandmother in a grandmother dress, you know. So, you know, like I say, I'm not calling anybody out. I'm not saying anything bad about people. If that's what you want to do, it's your life. It's your thing. You do you. I'm just saying, for me personally, I wouldn't want to do that. That would be worse to me than going through my life looking like a woman, or a man, I mean, and wanting to be a woman, and knowing that when I put on my makeup and put on a dress and do the things that I want to do to make me feel good, that I'm not even close to looking like a woman. I just look like somebody in a Halloween costume. You know, that's scary. You know, it's not cool. Not cool to me at all. So tell me what you guys think about that. Leave your comments and questions and criticism in the comment section below. I know that lots of trans people will think what I just said was horrible. You know, you should do whatever you want, wear the kind of makeup you want, and do whatever makes you feel comfortable, and you should. But I'm speaking for myself, not really about them. I'm just speaking about what I've seen, and if I looked like they did, I wouldn't be comfortable. For me, that's all I'm saying. So, yeah, comment and like and subscribe, and we'll keep talking about some transgender issues. Have a nice day.